Welcome to Tech Kiketi. Today, we're asking if AI can truly transform Indian farming for the long haul. India has over 146 million farms, mostly small and family-run. How does this diversity shape the opportunities and obstacles for AI adoption?
That's a crucial starting point. India's agricultural terrain is fragmented not just geographically, but also socio-economically. AI's potential is vast, but its implementation must consider everything from landholding patterns to regional crop choices. For example, an AI solution that works in Punjab's wheat fields might be irrelevant for Kerala's spice farmers.
That's fascinating. Given this diversity, are there foundational AI tools or approaches that could be universally beneficial, or does every region need a tailored solution?
There are foundational elements like weather prediction and soil analysis that can benefit most farmers. However, the effectiveness hinges on local adaptation. Algorithms must be trained on regional data and account for local languages, climate, and even pest types, making one-size-fits-all approaches risky.
When people hear AI, they often imagine robots or high-tech drones. But in the Indian context, what does AI in farming actually look like on the ground?
That's a common misconception. While drones do play a role, most Indian farmers interact with AI through simple smartphone apps, SMS advisories, or IoT-enabled sensors. For example, a low-cost soil sensor can link to an app that tells a farmer precisely when to irrigate, using machine learning algorithms to predict crop needs.
So, even smallholders can access some AI benefits without massive investments in robotics or infrastructure?
Exactly. The tech stack is often modular and scalable. Even voice-based AI in local dialects think WhatsApp chatbots lets farmers access market prices or pest alerts, bridging literacy gaps and making AI more inclusive.
Let's transition to one of the biggest hurdles in Indian agriculture: unpredictable weather. How is AI helping farmers adapt to climate volatility?
AI-driven weather prediction models synthesize satellite imagery, historical climate data, and real-time sensor inputs. For instance, IBM's Watson Decision Platform for Agriculture predicts rainfall and temperature fluctuations at village-level precision, informing sowing or harvesting times.
What's the accuracy of these predictions compared to traditional methods or government advisories?
Recent studies by ISRO and IMD show AI models can improve rainfall forecast accuracy by up to 30%. However, the real innovation is hyper-localization, which directly addresses a farmer's field, not just the district.
Water scarcity is a chronic problem in states like Maharashtra and Rajasthan. Can you walk us through how AI-powered irrigation systems work in such contexts?
Certainly. AI-powered irrigation uses data from soil, moisture sensors, weather forecasts, and crop growth models to calculate exactly when and how much to irrigate. For example, the Kisan Raja system reduced water use by 30% in pilot villages by automating pump controls based on real-time need.
That's a significant saving. Are these systems affordable and user-friendly enough for widespread adoption among smallholders?
Affordability remains a challenge, but costs are dropping. Some NGOs now offer pay-per-use models or subsidies, and user interfaces are being designed with pictorial guides or voice commands to overcome literacy barriers.
Another perennial threat is pest outbreaks. How are AI systems helping farmers detect and respond to pests or diseases before they devastate crops?
AI vision systems, often deployed via drones or even smartphone cameras, analyze leaf color, shape, and texture to identify early signs of infestation. For example, the Plantix app uses deep learning to diagnose over 500 crop diseases with over 89% accuracy.
That's impressive. But what about false positives, or cases where the AI model hasn't seen a particular disease before?
Great question. Continuous model retraining with new local data is essential. Some platforms allow farmers to upload images, which not only gets them a quick answer, but also improves the system for future cases.
Let's shift to economics. Fluctuating market prices often leave farmers in the lurch. How is AI being used to forecast prices or connect farmers with better markets?
AI models analyze multi-year market data, weather, and logistics patterns to predict likely price trends. Platforms like NinjaCart use these forecasts to optimize supply chains and reduce post-harvest losses, connecting farmers directly with retailers and cutting out intermediaries.
Does this transparency result in better profits for farmers, or do middlemen simply shift tactics?
Evidence suggests farmers using AI-enabled platforms see income rises of 10–20%. However, digital literacy and connectivity still limit rich urban and peri-urban farmers benefit more than those in remote areas.
Earlier, you mentioned digital literacy as a hurdle. Could you elaborate on how literacy and infrastructure gaps affect AI adoption in rural India?
Absolutely. According to the 2021 Digital Literacy Mission report, only about 38% of rural households have basic digital skills. Patchy internet and unreliable electricity further impede the use of AI tools, especially in remote or tribal regions.
Are there any promising initiatives to bridge this gap, perhaps through community-based training or public-private partnerships?
Yes, programs like Digital Green employ peer-led video training sessions, and some state governments subsidize internet access and device purchases. However, scaling these efforts remains a persistent challenge.
Cost is another recurring concern. How are innovators making AI tools financially accessible to India's 120 million smallholder farmers?
Innovators are adopting shared economy models, think Uber for tractors or AI as a service platforms where farmers pay only for usage. Government-led initiatives like the PM Kisan scheme are also exploring AI subsidies and microfinancing.
Are there risks that only larger, wealthier farmers will benefit, widening the gap?
That's a valid concern. Equitable access depends on inclusive policy design and grassroots involvement. Pilot projects in Andhra Pradesh, for example, show that with proper support, even marginal farmers can access and benefit from AI.
It sounds like collaboration is vital. What roles do government, private sector, and NGOs play in building a supportive AI ecosystem for agriculture?
Each stakeholder fills a unique niche. Governments set policy and provide funding. Tech companies innovate and scale solutions. NGOs facilitate last-mile outreach and trust building. The 2022 NITI Aayog report calls for multi-sector coalitions to co-design solutions that are both affordable and context-specific.
Are there any standout partnerships or models that other regions could learn from?
The eChupal initiative, for instance, integrates ITC, local cooperatives, and government support to create an end-to-end farmer support network, blending AI with traditional advisory services.
As we near the end, let's talk philosophy. Some worry AI could replace farmers' wisdom. How can AI complement, rather than supplant, traditional knowledge?
AI excels at crunching vast datasets, but farmers possess contextual, generational wisdom like reading monsoon signs or understanding microclimates. The best results emerge when AI augments these insights, enhancing decision-making but not dictating it. Participatory design, where farmers co-create AI tools, is key.
Do we have examples where this synergy is already in practice?
Absolutely. In Karnataka, farmer cooperatives use AI-driven advisories but still rely on elders for final judgment. This hybrid approach improves adoption rates and ensures cultural relevance.
Looking ahead, what is your prognosis for AI in Indian agriculture over the next decade? Can it truly deliver on its promise of sustainable, inclusive growth?
The potential is enormous. A 2023 McKinsey report estimates AI could boost Indian farm output by $65 billion by 2030. However, sustainable gains require continuous investment, policy innovation, and a relentless focus on smallholder needs.
So it's not just about technology, but about people, policy, and partnership. Any final advice for listeners hoping to be part of this transformation?
Stay curious, advocate for digital inclusion, and push for local adaptation. Whether you're a farmer, entrepreneur, or policymaker, your voice shapes how AI grows quite literally in India's fields.